Hi there. 오늘은 러닝 드림의 Part 5, Chapter 15, Page number 324, Page number 332까지 읽을 시간이에요. 네, 오늘은 러닝 드림의 마지막 페이지, 마지막 장 읽게 되었네요. 그동안 함께 해주셔서 고맙고요. 오늘 마지막 시간도 끝까지 함께 해주시기를 부탁드려요. 네, 부정문 만드는 부사 우리 계속 했었는데요. 부정문 만드는 부사가 챕터 15에 또 나와서 가지고 왔어요. 부정문을 만드는 부사 5가지 기억나시죠? hardly, barely, rarely, seldom, scarcely. 함께 따라해 볼까요? hardly, barely, rarely, seldom, scarcely. 네, 이렇게 부정문을 만드는 부사가 중요한 이유는요. 이 5가지 부사들이 문장 속에 딱 하고 숨어 있을 때 우리는 잘 모르고 지나칠 수가 있어서 이렇게 미리 기억을 해 놔야 돼요. 왜냐하면 no나 not이 전혀 없는데 부정문의 의미를 갖게 되기 때문에 우리가 reading comprehension 할 때 전혀 반대로 부정문인데 긍정문으로 오해해서 읽으면 만약에 수능 영어 문제 풀이라면 오답을 딱 고르겠죠? 네, 문제를 틀리게 되겠죠. 그래서 부정문을 만드는 부사 5가지 hardly, barely, rarely, seldom, scarcely 이 5가지 단어들은 부사는 꼭 기억해 주세요. 한번 예문 볼까요? 제시카가 We are barely even jogging as we move forward 라고 말을 하는 장면이 나오는데요. 우리는 even, 심지어 조깅을 하지도 않았다 라는 말이 되겠죠. We are even jogging에 barely라는 부정문을 만드는 부사가 있어서 We are not even jogging과 같은 의미가 돼버리는 거예요. 그래서 barely 뭐지? 모르는 단어인데? 라고 그냥 부사니까 뭐 대충 하고 해석을 할 때 넘어가면 큰일 나겠죠. 왜냐면 부정문을 만드는 부사였으니까요. 그래서 우리는 조깅하는 것 같지도 않았어. 심지어 we move forward 우리가 앞으로 나갈 때 제시카가 지금 리버런 달리기 대회 나갔잖아요. 항상 제시카가 했던 건 경주였죠. 러너 준비 Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, 0 땅 해가지고 달리기를 하는 건데 이건 정말 아니 시작을 할 때도 긴장감 있게 시작하지 않고 막 딱 총이 울리자마자 러너들은 어떻게 하냐? 전력을 다해 질주하죠. 그런데 심지어 조깅하는 느낌조차 들지 않을 정도로 그렇게 편안하게 선수들이 경주에 리버런에 참여한 선수들이 그렇게 참가자들이 천천히 걸었다는 것에 놀라서 이런 표현 쓴 것 같아요. We are barely even jogging as we move forward. 이것은 부정문이라는 점 꼭 기억해 주세요. 네, 그리고 단어들 살펴보고 갈 건데요. chirp은 짹짹거리다, 라는 조잘거리다 이런 의미고요. hyper, active, hyper는 굉장히 슈퍼한 뜻이죠. 울트라, 슈퍼, 캡숑 이런 말 하죠. hyper는 극도로 굉장히 높은 이런 뜻이라서 hyperactive 하면 active 하면 활동적인이잖아요. 그런데 hyperactive 하니까 극도로 활동적인 이라고 알아두면 좋겠죠. conserve는 보존하다, 지켜주다 이런 뜻인데요. 우리 딸기잼이나 이런 잼병에 보면 conservative 이렇게 써있기도 해요. 잼도 뭔가 과일을 설탕에 졸여서 보존하는 거죠. 그래서 conserve, 보존하다 라는 동사인 거 꼭 기억해 주세요. picturesque는 그림 같은 이런 거예요. 진짜 그림에 와 그림 같다 정말 좀 뭔가 풍경이 아름답고 멋질 때 그림 같다 라고 하죠. picturesque는 그림 같은 이란 뜻이고요. 네, serene 이건 뭔가요? 고요한, 평화로운 이런 장면이죠. serene, 고요한, 평화로운. crest는 산마루, 산 꼭대기를 뜻하죠. 마루는 꼭대기, 탑을 의미해요. 그래서 crest, 산마루, 산 꼭대기. pep은 활기를 불어넣어주다. pep, 활기를 불어넣어주다 이런 뜻이고요. aerial은 공기에, 공기 중에 이런 뜻이고요. stomach, 네, stomach 우리가 배, 위장 이렇게 알고 있는데요. 우리 영어는 항상 위치의 언어라는 점, 명사라고 우리가 알고 있지만 그 명사란 단어가 동사 자리에 딱 하고 있으면 우리는 그 단어를 반드시 동사로 이해해서 봐야 한다고 강조했었죠. 이번에도 마찬가지예요. 스토머크가 배나 위장이라는 명사로 기억해 놓는데 동사 자리에 와 있는 거예요. 그럴 때는 먹다 소화시키다. 네, 이런 뜻으로 배와 위장이 하는 일이 뭔가 이렇게 먹어서 소화시키는 거잖아요. 그렇게 이해하면 될 것 같아요. 명사인데 동사 자리에 오는 경우. 그리고 murky는 먹먹하다, murky, 흐린, 탁한 이런 뜻이 있고요. murky, 흐린, 탁한. soak는 쏙, 담그다, 흠뻑 적시다. 뭔가를 담그고 흠뻑 적실 때 대충 담그면 안 되죠? 쏙 하고 쏙 눌러서 해야 되죠? soak, 담그다, 흠뻑 적시다. reserve는 비축하다는 뜻이에요. 그래서 예약하다라는 뜻도 되는데요. reservation 이렇게 돼 있잖아요. 명사형으로. 자리를 남겨두고 비축해두는 거예요. 왜냐하면 예약 손님을 위해서 그 자리에 다른 사람을 앉지 못하게 하죠. 이렇게 비축하다, 남겨두다, reserve. 여기에서 예약까지, reservation까지 나오는 거죠. In seventh heaven. 와, 7번째 천국에 가 있는 것 같다. 사실 heaven, 영미권에서는 천국과 지옥의 개념이 있죠. 기독교 그 사상이 있기 때문에 기본적으로 착한 일을 하면 하나님의 뜻을 따라 착하게 살면 heaven, 천국에 가고 죄를 지으면 지옥에, hell, 지옥에 떨어지죠. 그런데 또 7이라는 숫자, 7번째라는 7이라는 숫자를 굉장히 완전한 숫자로 굉장히 높게 평가해요. 우리 동양은 3, 완전한 숫자 하면 3, 3번 3합, 3을 되게 좋아하는데요. 3종 세트 이런 거 좋아하는데요. 영미권은 7을 좋아해요. 그래서 in seventh heaven 하면 7번째 천국인 거예요. 정말 완벽하고 최고의 천국. 그지없이 행복하다. 정말 더할 나위 없이 행복하다 라는 의미로 쓰였겠죠. 네, 오늘 읽을 챕터 15는 러닝 드림의 마지막 장이죠. 마지막 장인 만큼 굉장히 의미 있는 내용으로 마치게 될 텐데요. 단어들은 어려운 것이 별로 없었지만 분량은 좀 굉장히 긴 편이에요. 거의 9페이지 정도 되니까요. 긴 호흡으로 읽어봐야 되는데 함께 큰 소리로 따라 읽어봐요. Read after me, speak loudly. Are you ready? Go! Chapter 15 It's the strangest start to a race I've ever experienced. There's no shooting for the blocks. No arm pumping, no push or strain. There are hundreds of runners in front of us. And we are barely even jogging as we move forward. It takes nearly 2 minutes for us to reach the starting mat. The mat is broad and rubbery, runs the full widest of the streets, and makes the chirping sound as it recognizes each runner's timing chip. Chirp, 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 chirp. It's like hyperactive twittering of mechanical tricks. And then we are off. I know from having run the course in training that the first 2 miles are slightly downhill, which makes the beginning of the run really enjoyable. People cheer for us, and Rosa waves and claps for clappers in the air and calls, "Hi!" and "Thank you!" I see Mom and Dad and Carrie and Sherlock at the sideline, and Kiro is there too, cheering us on. "You are doing great!" Gavin says at the 2 miles mark. He's checking his watch, 9:30 split. I know this is way too fast, but I feel great and figure we'll slow down now that the downhill is behind us. Split, I snort, then grin at him. You have become such a runner. I lean for a bit. How are you doing, Rosa? Great. Who knew I could run this fast? She said with a laugh. She looks over her shoulder. I'm loving this. How are you? Great, I call back, and it's true. I feel amazing. The course is basically U-shaped. It starts near the river outlet, then passes by retail shops and commercial properties, before moving through near residential development. All the houses, farmland, and then just built. The halfway point is the Queensland Road Bridge, which arches over the river, and then the course winds back toward the historic settlement houses and into Old Town. The finish is about half a mile past Old Town. Since I've run the road during training, I know the easy stretch is behind us. I need to conserve. And in the back of my mind, I'm saying, slow down. There's no way you should be running 9:30s. But I don't want to slow down. I'm having a great time. The crowds are thick. People are cheering like crazy. For Rosa and for me. There she is. There's the girl. Go, Jessica. Go, Rosa. Mario and Gavin flapped their clappers through the air, and the Fiona toots her horn. Thank you. Rosa calls back and waves like she's in a parade, which I guess in a way she is. As we pass through the residential section, the crowd thin out. There are only small pockets of people now. They call from their perches or stand on the sidewalks and tell runners, "You are looking good. You are doing great. Keep it up." Then the small pockets of people vanish as we run along the road through farmland. There are some cows, but they don't move, let alone cheer. At first, it's very picturesque. The course has leveled out. The trees are lovely, and the river looks serene. But I'm very relieved to spot our mile for pit crew, and it worries me. Why am I this fatigued? It's Lindsay Grace and Sandal Noward at the water station, and Lindsay is bouncing up and down in her Team Rosa t-shirt. There they are, she cried. Looking good, Sandal says, handing me a cup of Gatorade. Thanks, I gulped the Gatorade and accepted an energy gel. You are almost halfway, Lindsay said. You are doing great. We pressed on, and I squeezed the gel into my mouth a little at a time as I run. It tastes like chocolate frosting, and it revives me a little. When I am done, Gavin takes my empty pouch from me and asks, You doing okay? I nod, but it's only half-hearted. What's our pace? 10:30 at the 4 miles mark. You're kidding. He shakes his head. No wonder I can't keep this up. It's killing me. He immediately drops back the pace. Hey, he calls up to Fiona and Mario. We've got to ease up a little. Fiona falls in beside me. What's hurting? I'm okay, I tell her. I keep my voice low so Rosa can hear. I've only run this way 5 miles before, and it took me about an hour. That's right, 12, and we are doing 10:30s. Fiona slows down even more. This better? I nod, but it's strange. It's like the damage is done. And slowing down isn't undoing it. My breathing won't fall into a comfortable rhythm. My hips have a familiar ache to them, and my arms feel very heavy. When we reach and crest the Queensland drawbridge, I'm immensely relieved. Halfway there, Fiona says, pepping me along. And a bit of downhill, I say, grateful for gravity's help with the wheelchair. The mile 6 water stop is in the middle of nowhere, an oasis in a desert of dried grass. And what's even better than the oasis is that Annie and Giselda was working the station. There they are, Giselda cried. Come on, get it, you crazy people, Annie shouts. Crazy doesn't even begin to describe it, they're not. Workers are running and rolling in St. Ursula. Amen. We all laugh and get our cups. I actually don't feel like drinking, but I hear Kiro's voice in my head. Be smart, stay hydrated, and keep your fuel up. So I drink, and I take an energy gel, and I press on. 6 miles. I tell myself only 4 to go. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. It feels a little fuzz in my head, like I've got the wrong number of 1, like I'm so fatigued that I can't even count to 4. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. And somewhere in my fuzzy mind, I make a connection. That's how everything is done. 1 by 1 by 1 by 1. That's how I got through losing a leg. Minute by minute by minute by minute. Hour by hour by hour by hour. day by day, day by day, day by day. That's how Annie makes it through anything. So I dig big. So I dig in and decided that's how I face the mile ahead, one by one by one by one. Something in that makes the pain easier to take, makes the effort easier to endure, and then, near the 7 mile mark, I realize we are passing by the cemetery. I think about seeing Lucy's mom there the other morning. I think about her making it through what had to be the hardest days of her life, how she had to take the minutes, the hours, the days, the months, one by one by one by one. Suddenly I'm grateful that the one I'm counting off a mile. Miles I'm able to run, miles I ask for, miles I've worked hard to face. My ones are distance between me and victory, not days between me and tragedy. Fiona stepped in beside me. I pant out, Lucy, and nod up to cemetery. Oh, she said, and her face crinkles with sadness. We miss you, Lucy. I call up the hill. We miss you, Lucy. Fiona calls too. All of us glance at another. Then together we shout, We miss you, Lucy. The next stretch brings us back into neighborhood. There aren't a lot of people out, but those who are loud and happy. Like the office has kicked in and the clapping is keeping them warm. Go, Rosa! They shout, and then they realize that they've seen us on TV. Hey, you, those girls, good for you! You show them! Go, go, go! Mario and Gavin starts up with their clappers again, and Rosa waves and giggles and shouts, Thank you! To everyone who cheers for us and keeps me going by calling to me over her shoulder. This is the best day of my life. With its block, the crowds get thicker. People are out on their balconies getting an aerial view. Rosa waves and clicks the clapper, but I'm slapping again, and my hips are killing me. Mile 8. Gavin called, pointing ahead. To go. Two to go, I tell myself. One and one more. I drank at the aid station, but only water. And although I tried to eat energy gel, I can't stomach it. The crowds grow noisier, but I turn inward. I feel like I've hit the rigor mortis band of the river run. It's only 2 more miles, but it's payback time for the 2 first miles. Every step from here on is at a slight incline. People are shouting my name, Rosa's name. I see familiar faces. I see my dad, my mom, Kaylee and her friend. How did they get there? I wave, I smile, but I don't really have the energy to do either. Sounds are murky. They are having trouble making it through the pounding from inside. I'm vaguely aware that we are passing people, runners who are now walking, but we are being passed too. By men in grass skirts. It's okay, I tell myself. We are doing great. Run strong, run strong, run strong. I don't even see the 9 mile marker as we go by. Gavin points it out. Only want to go, he calls, but it's like a ghost whispering in my ear. My legs are lit. My arms ache. My hips are cramping, demanding I stop. Especially my left one. It's an agonizing knot of pain. And my stomach, it's hot, wet, angry. Run strong, run strong, run strong. But I'm leaving step to step. I start counting them. I get to 50 and start over, step by step by step by step. A younger runs out from the crowd and touches me, and there sees a wave before I even know she's been there. Go, Jessica! I hear people shout. Rosa, 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 they chant. Then Fiona shouts, There it is! I know what she means. I look up, look out. There are red and white balloons arched only 50 yards ahead. The finish line! Rosa cried. The finish line! I tried to soak in the happy sound of her voice, the ecstatic clacking of her clapper. I tried to remember why I did this. Rosa, Rosa, Rosa. Jessica, Jessica. I dig in, dig deep. The cheering helps me find the hidden reserve. The balloon arch is growing larger. The crowd louder, larger, louder. I manage a weak wave, a smile, and then with a chop, 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 chop. We've crossed over the finish line. I'm aware that people are taking pictures. I'm aware that news crew is there. I'm aware that Rosa is in seventh heaven. That random strangers are talking to her and treating her like a friend. It was great, thank you. She's telling them as a race day helper cuts the timing chip of my shoe. I'm aware that my family and Kiro are there, telling me how proud they are. I'm aware that we are all making our way over to Rosetta Park, where the breakfast celebration is being held. It's all sort of fuzzy in my head because I'm shaky and exhausted, but I'm also aware that I'm very, very happy. I'm sure I'm surrounded by friends, by family, by my teammates and coach, and by warm, supportive strangers. They've all helped me in some way get over that finish line. But as we gather in Regatta Park and help ourselves to scrambled eggs, orange juice, and bagels, I realized something that wasn't a finish line for me. And months ago, it was a haggling effort to work myself, and I was sent to the bathroom. Today, I and my friend 10 miles across the first finish line. 8 months ago, I couldn't do anything. This race has made me believe that there's nothing I can do. This is my new starting line. 네, 좀 분량이 많아서 힘들게 읽어봤지만 내용은 정말 우리 제시카의 어떻게 보면 제시카가 마지막 결승전까지 온 힘을 다해 달리는 그 힘겨운 내용에 비하면 이렇게 긴 문장 읽는 거는 어려운 것도 아니죠. 제시카가 열심히 초반에 굉장히 빠르게 신나게 달리죠. 룰루랄라 전직 러너로서 뭐 이쯤이야 하면서 굉장히 빠른 속도로 달리다가 역시나 이제 막판 결승전에 다다라서는 힘이 빠져서 굉장히 힘들어하죠. 그리고 그 스탬프, 그 다리 잘려진 부분에 그 통증 때문에 굉장히 힘들어하는데 정말 너무나 더 이상 못 달릴 것 같고 막 움직이기 힘들 것 같은 그 최고의 어려운 순간에 제시카가 한 말이 정말 와닿죠. 정말 중요한 말을 했나요? One by one, one minute one 이런 말 하죠. 하나씩 하나씩 한 걸음씩 우리가 굉장히 어렵고 힘든 목표라고 생각하면 너무나 두렵고 시작도 하기 전에 포기하거나 좌절하게 되죠. 하지만 아무리 힘들고 어려운 목표라도 내가 하나씩 one by one, day by day, one minute one 하나씩 하나씩 1분씩 1분씩 조금씩 천천히 나아간다면 반드시 그 목표에 도달할 수 있죠. 그런 부분을 제시카가 우리에게 알려준 것 같아요. 그리고 제시카가 마지막 이 챕터 15의 마지막 문장 또한 우리 웬들린 작가님의 정말 문장력이 돋보이는데요. This is my new starting line 이라고 하죠. 이것은 나의 새로운 출발선이다 라고 말하죠. 결승전에 이제 도달해서 모든 사람의 환호를 받고 굉장히 기뻐하는 로사 그리고 가족들 이제 방송국에서도 나왔고요. 그리고 모르는 낯선 사람들이지만 굉장히 워밍 따뜻하게 대해주는 그런 모든 사람들의 환호 속에서 결승전에 도달했는데 그때 제시카가 생각하는 거죠. 내가 사고를 당했던 8개월 전에는 아무것도 할 수가 없었죠. 8 months ago, I couldn't do anything. 8개월 전에 아무것도 할 수 없었지만 This is my new starting line. 이거는 이제 나의 새로운 출발선이다. 그 전에 장애가 없었던 최고 달리기 선수 제시카에서 이제 장애가 있고 한쪽 다리가 없는 그렇지만 여전히 나는 러너로서 새로운 출발선에 서게 됐다. 또 새로운 인생의 출발선에 서게 됐다. 이런 의미심장한 문장 같아요. 네, 이렇게 러닝드림 끝까지 함께 해주셔서 감사하고요. Thank you for listening. Catch you soon. 다음 시간에는 더 좋은 책으로, 더 재밌는 책으로 함께 돌아올게요. Bye bye. See you. Take care.